Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant. Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome into the Fitness Fanatics. And of course, I'm having problems with my headset. What else is new?
I was about to ask you if you checked it.
That is that corner drives me nuts. That actually makes me upset. It's what are those elves called? Those Christmas elves?
Gremlins.
Whatever you're not supposed to touch or whatever.
Yeah, gremlins.
Okay, yeah.
What? Oh no, elf on a shelf.
Elf on a shelf.
Yeah, we got a knucklehead here at work that just doesn't. It's like unplugging the headset for some reason every day he leaves, or we got the gremlins or whatever they're called coming in the middle of the night because you know,
right. I'm good now.
On Thursdays, and the studio just looks beautiful. All the cords are connected, everything's wrapped up, and then I show up here on Sunday morning, and everything was nice and clean. But I don't know what goes on in that corner.
That's good. I'm good now.
Okay,
I just switched headsets. That's
all right.
fine.
Quick side tangent.
Anyway,
start over and take two. Go.
All right, welcome in, Fitness Fanatics. It is Sunday, August 31st, and the Huskers are 1-0, and you know, a lot of negativity out there. We were talking about earlier, but. Let's just go back down memory lane, shall we, Harrison?
Let's do it.
2018, we started the season 0-1. 2020, 0-1. 2021, 0-1. 2022, 0-1. 2023, 0-1. Can we be excited? I mean, we're 1-0. It was amazing.
This is what we wanted.
I was there at Arrowhead. It was great. It was awesome. Electric environment.
I feel like we needed a close win. Way more than we needed a blowout, even to start. Just psychologically, we needed that close.
I think so. You know, last year we beat Boston College. The offense salted the game away, right? Couple first downs, milked the clock, and ended it. Thursday night, defense made a play, got the pick, and ended it. That's good. That's what, you know, Bobby Bowden once said, when you're trying to build a program, the blowout losses turn into close losses. Close losses turn into close wins. Close wins turn out to blowout wins. So, you know, we just
baby steps.
You know, let's enjoy being 1-0 because you know who's not 1-0? Or Alabama. Who
Auburn.
Else? Texas. No, yeah. Auburn won.
Oh, LSU lost?
Clemson's 0-1.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what it was.
Losing at home. And, you know, in the Big Ten, like if you look at the Big Ten scores yesterday, only one other team, well, besides Ohio State. So 3 of the 18 teams played a Power 4 program, right? Ohio State, Texas,
kind of wild.
Utah, UCLA, which you just talked about here at the bottom of the last hour in Nebraska, Cincinnati. Everybody else
I don't know
played.
why that got like swept under the, or where it got so misunderstood is like Cincinnati is a Power 4 team.
They are Power 4 team. Yes,
Like,
they're in the Big 12. It's not like we played Albany like Iowa did.
Well, I think that's just so often our opener, and it's just not, they're not in our consciousness. So I think it's easy for people to be like, oh, it's another cupcake.
True, and it's a Big 12
Right.
team, but even the Big
Yeah.
12 is always, I feel like the Big 12 is just a surprise. You just never know which, because we could play Cincinnati again later, and I wouldn't be surprised if we just blow them out of the water, or we could play Cincinnati and Sorsby's figures out how to pass that game, and he throws for like 200 plus yards, and he's running. Like, I don't know. Big 12 teams are always just, they're chaotic. They're hard to predict, but the one thing you can do is just say, well, it's a nobody. It happens all the time.
Well, it's a nobody. That's just how people are, right?
Yeah. Well,
So-
I think Colorado got a little bit of that mindset.
Yeah, see, they're 0-1 too, right?
Wait, was it a scrub squad? Or
No, they played Georgia Tech.
That's a tough matchup.
And
Georgia Tech's good.
We watched the first half of that game Friday night, and Georgia Tech, their first 3 possessions were 3 turnovers. Fumble,
Kind of a
pick.
train wreck.
Still got it done.
Yeah, and Colorado scored 1 touchdown off the 3 turnovers, and you kind of thought, there was their shot to seize momentum, and they didn't. Now it came down to the fourth quarter. I was sound asleep when Georgia Tech won, but I kind of saw that run that they had. So, we've started 0-1, 6 of our last 8 years. You can go back to 2015, lost the opener.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's pretty nice. And kind of looking ahead, we're probably going to beat Akron, I would think, since they put up 0 against Wyoming.
Well, Wyoming's like a juggernaut.
Powerhouse.
Yeah.
And then we got Houston Christian, which our son Ben pointed out that I think they played, who was it? Some Georgia Baptist or Indiana Baptist.
Yeah.
Still the blind.
Houston Christian put up 69 points in their opener.
Yeah.
But it was against some
Right.
nobody team. But anyway,
But they got an offense and they know how to score.
you kind of figure we're going to go win those 2 games, which would give Nebraska a 4-game winning streak for the first time in 9 years. Is that awesome?
That not something to be happy about?
Yes.
Jeff, if we don't fix our defensive line, it's not going to matter when we play Michigan.
Well, the season's going to start September 20th, but
That's 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
There's
we
got
so much time.
Like, there's a reason. I mean, I keep saying this. It's probably annoying, but like, for crying out loud, like Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois last year.
Well, and remember,
went to the championship.
And
game.
week 1 last year, they went to College Station, won at Texas A&M in the opener. And you thought, Notre Dame's the juggernaut. Then they lose the next week at home to Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
Then they go to the championship game. So not saying we're going to the championship game, but
it's going to be drastically different in a better way or a worse way when we get to the end of the regular season.
Yeah, and teams get better. Some teams get worse, but I just choose to take the win and
but
be
you enjoy
happy.
the journey. What's the point of being a sports fan? Is like, if your only time you can smile is when you win it all, or when you get enough ego where you think you're going to win it all.
Like, what would have been good enough? Well, what would have been enough for all those fans that are being super negative? Like,
well, we were
what
only
did you
favored
want
by
to have
6.5.
happen?
So
the spread was 6.
Right.
I maybe a 7. Maybe you cover the spread. Maybe that makes everyone that. I don't know. To be fair, I know plenty of people that weren't irked by it. Plenty of people that were happy.
Of course.
When you go on Twitter, it's like everyone's just angry, but
they're just angry in general.
yeah. But like, my family was happy with the dub. Like, I know my brothers weren't talking crazy. They were all like, yeah, defense has some spots here and there, which is like totally, it's one thing it's fair to criticize certain things, but it's shameful to criticize and just be generally upset.
Well,
and there's no hope for this team.
And you and we do this in life, but we nitpick the negatives. We see this at our gym, right? We talked about this at 5-week testing. Somebody can get on the scale, lose no weight, but they've lost 8 pounds of fat. They're down 7 inches on their body, and all they care about is the number on the scale, right? We both zero in on the negative. So, for the defense, like I texted Ben, about 10:46 p.m. on Thursday night, and I was like, it was one of those games where we've seen before where Nebraska's kind of dominated the stats, time of possession, all that stuff.
Well, and just as a reminder, you and Katie went to the game.
Yep, we were in Arrowhead. So
Ben and I stayed home and watched it.
So I texted Ben. I was like, the total yards right now is 315 to 146. So with about 10 minutes left in the game, Cincinnati had 146 yards of offense. That's pretty good defense, right? Now, I didn't see, because when we scored to go up by 10 on that 4th and 2, which I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're going for this. I went to go to the bathroom because I'm like, okay, I got some time. I hustled in there. And by the time I come out, they're 1st and goal at 10. So I didn't see that next drive by Cincinnati. I didn't know what was going on, what happened.
Sorsby was just running like a madman.
Is that he had his 30-yard run at that point?
He just kept, it was, we talked about it off air. I think that was the chess match at the end there. Was like, do we put the spy on Sorsby, or do we just commit to putting people back deep so they can't throw it over the top?
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And eventually tried to force it over the top, and we got the pick.
It's like Cincinnati playing their defense. They didn't want to get it beat deep, and they didn't. So we just dinked and dunked. And
the first game will feel a lot like the last game of the regular season, I feel like.
Yeah.
If we practice what we learned here in Arrowhead, that'll help a lot come Iowa. Because it's going to be the same game where you just think and dunk your way to a win.
But I will tell you, though, it was really hard to be positive with 5 minutes left in the game. I was trying really hard to not let all those negative thoughts come into my head.
So we scored.
It was so hard.
Should I send Harrison the picture that Katie sent?
Well, that was in the second quarter.
I know. You said you did it a lot.
I did. I had my hat over my face.
A lot of, yeah.
But it was so hard to be positive because but it had all the makings of what's happened for the last 7 years, right? We could have ended the game, get a first down. We did a great job of kind of milking the clock there. Like, they ran 5 minutes off, but then Dylan gets sacked, right? Which,
smart move,
because it forced him to call a timeout. He didn't throw it away. How many times have we seen our QBs just run out of bounds?
Yeah.
Just gave him a timeout.
I'll stop the clock for you.
Yes, stuff like that.
Here's your chance.
But then, but it was hard. Like in the punt down to the 8. And then I'll tell you, when it was 4th and 7 early in that drive, it was so loud in Arrowhead. Like, my ears,
that place looks awesome.
My ears were like literally just like, it felt like my ears were ringing. It was so loud on that down. And even I, as negative as I was screaming at the top of my lungs on that 4th down play. And then obviously they made it, and I was like, oh, but it was good. It was good.
What was like with the Hard Rock pick? Like, how loud did that place?
Oh, it was great. I was just,
oh my God.
I think it was more like just relief, like
disbelief.
It
was, got it.
Yeah, because we were for the post game, me, Austin, and DP we're like, okay, overtime, we're gonna sit here and watch this a little bit more. We're gonna go live here any second now. And then we was just kind of nervous. Then Hartzog took the pick, and it was just kind of a relief.
Well, if I was Cincinnati, you play for overtime. Don't you know that we've lost 8 overtime games in a row and haven't gotten a first down?
I just think, like, I get the mindset by Satterfield, Scott Satterfield, but because, like, this was saying in the last hour, like, if you're Sorsby, okay, you don't want to run it just yet. You have some downs left. Let me throw it. And just, like, not throw it across the middle. If I have it out to the outside or someone going deep, the only thing you can't do in that situation is underthrow it.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing he couldn't, unfortunately, because, like, if you sail it, fine. The clock stops. As opposed to you running it, then you don't have to worry about the clock running out. It works as, just a random, we'll take a shot here. Worst case scenario, we sail it over top. And unfortunately, it was just like the one throw he had that he just completely undersold it. And then Hartzog got the pick. But I get the mindset of what they're doing.
They baited him into that. I mean, Sorsby said he didn't recognize he didn't know it was coming.
I know.
He thought
incredible, though.
The receiver had our corner beat, and he thought, here it is. And he so it's good defense by Nebraska.
It was good defense.
Kind of disguised that.
But also, it was underthrown.
No,
even if Hartzog, doesn't come over there, it's still, he's turning around. If you just mail that thing, you want to contest it where he's got a high point in. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that's the type of throw you want, even if it isn't a great defensive disguise.
Well, I'll tell you, it's about time we get some breaks.
We've been getting breaks, though. We've won some one-score games lately. I think people just forget that.
No, it's nice. Like, there was almost a pick 6 there, right?
Yeah, there was almost a pick 6.
Floated it up.
There was
like, oh my god,
fumble as well.
Yep, a couple fumbles were put on the
landed
ground.
right back into our lap.
But hey, we need those breaks, right?
And then, but they got a break too. They get an imaginary first down. You
Yep.
don't see it on TV. On TV, it's bad. They get a first down. Cincinnati's up to the line, and the refs, he's well short of it, and he does the classic like walk straight, and then kind of see like
He's just
yeah. Let me take a little shuffle, and then it's like Matt Rule's like standing where he started. Like, you were here, buddy. Like, what do you? And it's pretty clear. And instead of measuring, he just like waves it real quick.
So,
and then after that, that's where Shavers forces the fumble.
So we have there's no chip in the ball in college like there is in the pros now.
Yeah, somehow we go through this all the time. The chip in the ball idea, which has been said since the beginning of college football, is now been implemented.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes in the NFL. We do have a text from Isaac. A lot of strong teams I watched look clunky, including Michigan against New Mexico. I'll throw in including Iowa against Albany, which is a horrible team. Last night, we have work to do. So does everyone. 1-0, baby. Go Big Red. Go Fitness.
Yeah, that's going to be hour 2.
Isaac
If you're trying to tune in for fitness, I just literally shared it on my social media that I've waved the white flag. Hour 1 will be sports with Jeff and Harrison.
Well, our topic this week is perseverance.
Well, there we go.
Fits right into what all the fan bases are going through now, win or lose, unless you're
Blitzkrieg also chiming in saying Iowa sucks and also fitness for life. So
yay,
the worlds are blending.
I appreciate that.
Oh, and I'll tell you, how nice was it to see the Iowa quarterback just suck last night? He threw some passes that I thought I could probably throw better. Like, just, I mean,
and let's be clear, like none of us thought they were going to ever lose. Like, we knew Iowa was going to win that game,
right?
But I could not have been more thrilled to have them be down going, after the first quarter. Like, that was
well, and
that was pretty fun. Just knowing they're going to win. Nobody thought they weren't going to win, but man, I don't think that how they thought it was going to go.
Well, in all off season, they're just our QB is just the 2-time champion. He's just fit, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you don't know how he's going to do moving up. Like, you just don't. Like, he did. You know what? He didn't even move up in competition because he played a nobody team yesterday. But it was nice to see that. It was nice to see him suck. And his stats were 8 for 15, 44 yards. Awesome.
Truly don't think he was prepared for that game. Like, I don't
was
think
he ready to throw a 5-yard out.
Well, I mean, I don't think that he thought that he was going to be on the field for the entire game. Like we were talking about the cramping that he was having at the
all the time.
I haven't seen a quarterback suffer from from cramping like that.
I don't know what was going on.
I know. But I'm like, were you not prepared? He must not have been hydrated. He must not have gone through. Like, I don't think he was planning on being on the field for the whole game.
Yeah. I do like, though, I kind of wish Nebraska, typically in Nebraska schedule, even like in the 80s and 90s, you played kind of a warm-up opener. Then you had your big game. Like we played UCLA or Washington or, those types of teams. Even in the 90s or 80s, we were doing that. So like you get to work the kinks out, right? That's why 18 Big Ten teams played and only 3 played another Power 4 team. And we were one of them and got the win. So it was awesome. And we're 1-0, and there's a lot of teams that are. And typically in the years past, everybody knows this, these are games we've lost.
Yeah. I mean, that's always a part. We do got a text here as well. I was looking at Dante Daldo's stats over at Kentucky.
Oh, he had an 80-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, how about Daldo? He's just lazy as well. 2 former backs had huge games. Where was that when they were here? I mean, that whole thing's always tough. Like,
it is.
I just don't know, especially with running backs.
Well, and typically
Saquon was a great running back, but he was with the Giants on that last year before he went over to the Eagles. You're just looking at numbers.
Yeah,
there's certain things that got to be in place. Whether it's going to be the style of the team, like it's a no-brainer that Barkley's just going to thrive with the Eagles, and then with the Giants, it's going to be a struggle. Like, it's just a better system for Daldo, apparently.
And I typically, like, if players just leave Nebraska, I don't care about them anymore.
Yeah,
they're just out of my mind.
Right? Totally forgotten.
They're just forgotten.
Second time.
Now it was interesting to watch the Florida State Bama game, but then people are, oh, well, I wish we had Tony White. Well, okay, well, did we wish him we had him and we gave up 56 to Indiana?
They don't feel the same way about you. So
That's right.
Just leave the feelings at the door.
Yeah, let's focus on our team, right?
Yeah.
And see what happens. And we're 1-0. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm always wondering what the reaction is going to be when we have a game like that versus Cincinnati. Like, we'll find out how much people respect Cincinnati and then how happy people are.
And two, you don't know how Cincinnati's going to be. Remember when we lost to Northwestern? We're like, oh, this team's incredible. They didn't win a game the rest of the season. So you don't know how teams are going to turn out.
True.
I mean, but there's, and DP had posted a awesome, the definition of overreaction for week 1.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. I mean, because you can overreact about everything or underreact. And, the bottom line is, though, we got the W, and it was great just watching football all day yesterday. Like, we watched, obviously, Texas, Ohio State,
LSU, Clemson, Notre Dame, Miami today.
That's today. And, I'm kind of I really do like Lenore Sellers from South Carolina.
I know he's one of my favorite. Just because, why are you a fan? I'm curious.
Well, just because how many games, close games they played last year. Like they had Bama on the ropes, they had LSU on the ropes.
Illinois at the end of the last bowl game of the year, they had another gut break.
Yeah, and South Carolina's it's not a team that is just obnoxious. Like I can't cheer for Bama or Georgia, but South Carolina is interesting, and they were really featured on the documentary SEC.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you.
Yeah, I started watching that.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So that was interesting, and they play Virginia Tech today, which is their coaches. So Frank Beamer was the coach, longtime coach of Virginia Tech, and his son Shane Beamer is the coach of South Carolina.
Yep.
So they play today. So that's kind of an interesting dynamic.
They play each other?
I like Beamer.
They play each other. Yep.
Wow.
So we're going to take you right up to Husker volleyball, which plays at 11 against Kentucky.
Also, I should check. We probably do have college football taking over on the airwaves at some points as well.
That doesn't start till 2. So South Carolina and Virginia Tech's at 2. And then you got Notre Dame, Miami tonight. And then tomorrow we got Bill Belichick and North Carolina playing TCU in that opener. So that'll be pretty interesting as well. So yeah, pretty good day of sports today, starting with Husker volleyball against Kentucky at 11. So you can stay with us.
Where's that at?
It's in Nashville.
Okay, so they kind of did the same thing because they played in Nashville Friday.
Yeah,
too,
yeah. So it's a little invitational.
Yeah,
kind of like they had here.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
yeah, so nice little sporting. Did you find out is college football?
I'm looking right now. I'm trying to. I don't want to
Okay.
say until I know for sure which game it's going to be. I think I'm probably seeing something though. Today this afternoon.
So real quick, my experience heading down to Kansas City. I know everybody saw a lot of posts of traffic buildup, and we were. I had my GPS up, which I know a lot of people probably didn't use their GPS. It's like you don't need a GPS to get to Kansas.
You really
City, right?
don't. It's like
I'll use it to check alternate routes.
Well, that's
because I'm not super familiar with.
We had that up, and the first one, we left at 10:30. The first little traffic delay we had was in Nebraska City, and that was more because of it got to one lane. So everybody's trying to get into one lane there, heading south.
Nobody's doing the zipper. I'm sure.
nobody does the zipper.
Nobody
merge.
does. Nobody zippers anymore.
Not in the Midwest, anyways.
But
No. It would be so much faster. But
yeah, that was kind of the first delay. It was just getting into one lane. But then when we got on 29, my GPS said, accident ahead, save 45 minutes. And I'm like, okay, yes. So we ventured off, driving through the back roads of Missouri. Didn't really know where we were, cornfields everywhere. We really had to go to the bathroom. So we stopped in the little gas station. I don't even know where it was. But we go in, there's 20 people in line, all wearing red. So they were all on the same detour we were. And, some locals there were
like, what is going on?
No, one of the local guys was, well, is Nebraska playing today? Literally how he sounded. They're just sitting around, they're just sitting around in the gas station.
Oh, yeah.
At the table in
With
the
their
gas station.
old stained coffee
with
mugs.
their coffee. Nebraska playing today?
That's awesome.
I know.
I love those little
Yeah.
You do.
gas
I
stations.
know.
I still got one. Shout out to Stop and Go. I know we don't do free sponsors, but it's a tiny little gas station. That's the old man spot where all the farmers sit there and One of the days you drink your coffee at a gas station in the morning
Oh,
like that.
just sit around, talk. You talk politics.
So they
you
had
talk
lots
sports.
to talk
Well, you'll
about.
see all your
Yeah.
to be fair, if you do that in Lincoln, you're kind of a weirdo. But if
Right.
you do that where
That's
I'm
true.
from,
That's
town of
Yeah.
1300, you'll meet all the farmers
Right,
that
right.
morning because they're all hitting that same gas station. So there is some rhyme or reason to it. I don't know how we got there.
Yeah. So we were like, we're not waiting 30 minutes to go to the bathroom.
Okay, yeah.
So we left. We turned around and left. But anyway, I mean, once we got north of Kansas City, I thought the traffic was fine. We stopped and ate lunch. We got to our hotel about 3:30. We stayed right across the street at the Hotel Lotus where the Denny's burned down a couple years ago. So I got
We
to
had
show.
to talk about that again too.
I had to show Katie,
I know.
this is where the Denny's were. This was our rooms. And we went through all that. But no, the game itself was obviously awesome. It was an awesome environment. We were in the upper deck. But it was great.
Pretty rowdy, pretty nice.
Yeah. I thought everybody was pretty nice. I'm always fascinated when I'm at a game. If you just like sit and people watch, like you listen to people like,
Oh gosh.
like the
Yes.
people that stand up and they're just like turning around, like, come on, you people stand like, or like
That's
people,
me internally at
or-
every Husker game.
or like people just like yelling at other fans. Like, I mean, just, how it is. It's just-
The people that get me upset, and I have a bad habit of doing this because it makes me just, an envious jerk. I always look ahead, and the people that have better seats, I'm like, you on your stupid phone. It drives
Right.
me nuts.
How dare you take
Like,
it
and then
for
you
granted.
further I go up, and I see people that are damn near like on the side of the field, and they're just, I look at the clothes, and like I look at them just on their phone. I'm like, you don't even care. Like, what are you doing here?
if you had a camera on me, the one moment when you would say kind of just losing my mind for the whole game was when Elijah Pritchett false started at the one.
Yeah, he got taken out too.
I was like just livid because because last
Here we
week
go.
Coach Rule, what did he say? It's just he's not off the field. He's false starting in practice, especially in the red zone. And then he false starts at one. And I was just like,
why was he there?
And of course, I'm just
to get the
I'm
opportunity.
just ranting and raving to our daughter about this. And I'm texting people, and I was like, oh, this is just like 2 years ago at Minnesota when Anthony Grant what was he doing in practice? Remember? Fumbling in practice. Who was carrying the ball with 5 minutes left in the game? The person that fumbles. What did he do? Fumbled. I was losing my mind when he false started. I'm just like, I
would have put us up,
I was
10-0.
10-3 at the time.
Yeah, 10-3. Yeah, they get that field goals, right?
I was just beside myself.
Well, I mean,
like
that's the stuff that we can avoid that. It's not an unavoidable obstacle, and that's one where
it's like
he knew it. To be fair, I don't think Pritchett got back in that game.
Well, he did because I believe he gave up the sack in the fourth quarter. That's what people were telling me.
Right. They put in was it Gatul took over for him?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I didn't realize
Corcoran
he did
played
get back
also.
in there.
Corcoran played also.
Okay, let's go to break.
See,
Gotta rein you guys in,
that
even though I'm conceding.
I was
apparently I'm producing the show today.
I was complaining about Pritchett for 20 minutes later. Like, this is ridiculous.
That's the one that does get under my skin. That's the most complaining I'll do. Is the Pritchett false start.
What did you think was going to happen?
Well, we're going to go to break. Stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing.
and electrical.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Hi, I'm Eli Barnes, Assistant Vice President at Midwest Bank at the 70th and Pioneers and 27th Jamie Lane locations. I love working with families and small businesses right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Banking shouldn't be complicated, and that's why we make it personal. Whether it's opening your child's first account or securing a loan for your next big step, I'm here to help. Stop in today and say hello. I'd love to meet you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Old School with Foreman and Orman.
Any tips for a dad who just volunteered to be a YMCA flag football coach less than a week before the season started because no one else had volunteered to coach the fifth graders up to that point?
Tylenol for your headache.
Put some in your cup. Put some in your cup, and make sure your contract is 1 year only.
Medicate, bro.
Frank Reich. Frank Reich at Stanford.
Yep. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. If you have any questions, comments for us, you can text us on the Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. We appreciate you guys listening this morning. First segment, talked a little Husker stuff. This next segment, I mean, this is just the first hour is kind of like the Sports Fanatics. Just might as well just change the name of the show.
Crossover.
Crossover.
At least for the fall.
We'll
okay, first of all, the first hour for the rest of the fall is not just all going to be sports. I'm only conceding right now.
Well, when we have a guest, obviously we won't.
Right.
We won't do all.
So let's
that.
be clear.
But no, it's good. So it's kind of unfortunate because I won't see you for another week, right? So we have all this stuff happening that we won't be able to talk about till next week. But we also got the NFL starting. We can call this the Pete Ferguson segment. Harrison, thoughts on Micah Parsons going to the Packers? What do you think? Do you think it makes the Packers? Well, obviously it makes them better for. Obviously, makes them better for now, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you still got the quarterback who's an interception machine. You still don't have elite receivers. You still have all those problems. And as Cowboy fans will say, Because I just saw a post this morning like, oh, we're really going to miss that one sack Mike has had in 4 playoff appearances. So there's that aspect to it. Do you wish the Bears would have made and tried to make a run and give up 2 first-round picks for him? So that's kind of a loaded question.
I don't know. Probably not. I don't know if because what is it, 128 guaranteed?
Well,
it's like 186.
It's
I think
46.7 million per season.
Yeah, I think 128 if it's guaranteed money and the picks on top of it. I mean, I don't really love it for the Packers or the Bears. Like, to me, that's the final. That's like when the Bills got I think they picked up Khalil Mack, try to beat the Chiefs. I thought I'm thinking of the right.
No, Von Miller.
But it was right. It was Von Miller.
I mean, he's older. Obviously,
he was older.
Mike was a lot better.
But he picked at that point in time, they picked him up as like, okay, we just need a piece to stop Mahomes.
Yep.
And then it actually worked in the regular season. Von Miller got the big sack, and in the fourth quarter when the Bills were at home, and then it didn't matter postseason, they ended up losing again.
Well,
anyways.
and Von Miller also had the scoop of the Lamar Jackson fumble.
Yeah.
That he returned down to the 10-yard line. So he made a couple big plays there when it mattered.
It feels like it's got to be like that final nail in the coffin, though, where it's like, okay, we just need a game changer now. Like when we get into the playoffs and it's a close game and we need to get our offense out back in the field one more time. Bears feel like they're a few steps away, and so do the Packers. Like with the Micah Parsons, it makes them it will make both teams significantly better, but that's a lot of money. It's a future assets to get rid of for a move that I'm not sure if it really puts you on the map yet.
Yeah, like I said, it's pretty much all or nothing. They're all in for the next couple years.
I don't think it's going to pay off. I mean, I'm not just saying because I don't like the Packers. Like, it doesn't help that you're also the NFC North right now, just out of its damn mind in terms of talent and coaches. Like, you can make an argument one of the best coaching divisions, depending on how Ben Johnson pans out here. But between Ben Johnson and O'Connell, everyone's like, oh, their season's over. Here comes Sam Darnold.
Yep.
Turns them into just a machine. People, who was the guy with no eyebrows? For a little bit.
No eyebrows.
Yeah, quarterback. People were Vikings fans were almost going
to call him no eyebrow man, just like
I think almost.
Jeff got
Vikings fans were almost going to shave off their eyebrows because he got he was the backup and they start for a little bit and it looked so good.
Is that Dobbs?
Dobbs.
Josh, I didn't know he didn't have any eyebrows.
It doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, even when he went in there, is my point.
Okay, first of all, he has alopecia. That's why he doesn't have eyebrows. Didn't have eyebrows.
He didn't just shave him off like I did.
It wasn't. Okay, no. It wasn't like a statement. He just has like a disorder.
It's a statement.
It's a statement, but I mean, my point still holds true.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's
great guy.
But sure. No. Right? Yes. So he has a hair disease.
Well, the tough thing about the NFC,
we shouldn't be shaving eyebrows.
Tough thing about the NFC North this year is that not just the Bears, but all those teams. Our crossover divisions are the 2 toughest divisions. Well, we play the AFC
crazy.
North. We've with the Ravens, Steelers, Bengals. We play the NFC East. We got Washington, Phil. I mean, it's just tough. So, like, the Bears schedule is
Does nobody
brutal.
Want to have a Packers opinion, a Packer fan's opinion on this
Packers
trade?
fans have texted.
If only I'm saying, if only there was a Packer fan in the room
and so,
that could pipe in about this trade. And you're just
so what's your opinion?
My opinion, because a couple people have asked me about this. Fun fact about me, I am not a anxious person in general. Like, I'm not a person I would say that gets anxiety about when things are going bad. I don't really have anxiety. I get more anxiety when things are going well. Because then I'm like, oh, something's coming. What's coming around the bend? Things are going a little too good now. And that's how I feel about this trade. I'm a little cautious. I'm a little anxious about it.
A lot of pressure.
I know. That's why. So it actually does not make me happy. It makes me anxious. So that's my take.
Green Bay's first 2 games, home against the Lions, and then home against Washington. First 2 games.
Yeesh.
I know. That's why also it makes me really nervous. There's so many new variables in this season that it's going to be great or it's going to be a disaster. I don't think there's going to be an in-between for a lot of teams, honestly, because this season, NFL season, is crazy.
The matchups. Every year. It's awesome.
I feel like it's been very status quo the last couple years that all the same teams are playing each other. Like this one, maybe it's just because all of our universes are colliding in our family.
Yes, it's our
but-
family dynamic of Ravens playing the Packers and the Bears.
I'm
Our
nervous.
teams both play the Cowboys.
I
We play the
know.
Steelers. We play teams we know fans of.
Yeah, I know.
That just makes it more exciting, I think, for us.
It's exciting. Yes. Also nerve-wracking.
But I think obviously last year with the Vikings and we're going 14-3 and the Lions going 15-2, that's not happening in the NFC North. I mean, the team that wins that division might have 10 wins, 10, 11 wins because of how difficult everybody's schedule is and playing each other. I mean, I'd be happy if the Bears won 9 games. They were 9-8. That's a good season.
Yeah, the goal is to go above 500.
Right.
With this year's schedule, honestly.
Yeah, it's a tough schedule.
A little disappointing to think that with all the moves we made, but you can go through the schedule. It's for anybody in the NFC North really this year.
It's tough.
It's going to be a brutal road for anybody who wants to win this division.
It's tough, and our other crossovers. We have we finished last right in the division, so our 4th place schedule also includes trips to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Finish 4th in the NFC West. That's the team we get instead of Arizona or somebody else. We have to go to the Niners as our 4th place crossover match, which is nice and fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the Packers get the Cardinals. We got to go to San Francisco. So it's tough, but every game. I mean, if you really think about all the teams in the NFL, there's maybe 2 or 3 teams where you're just I feel good, but it's going to be a gimme. Well, there's no really gimmies, but you
Jaguars, Panthers.
Even the Jaguars might be better. I mean, they got a new coach and an offensive guy.
But I mean, the games in terms of you can feel a little bit better.
Like the Giants,
the
Browns, Tennessee, maybe.
Tennessee always just gives me. Well, never mind. After what we did last year, and Will Levis just handing us the game.
Yeah, I mean they got a new quarterback, but they don't have anything else.
Yeah, Cam Ward. I mean, if Ward's exciting, we'll see. He's got the right mindset, but that whole team's just got a lot of holes in it, no matter how great he is.
Yeah, so just a couple where you're the Browns obviously are one where you're this is good. The Cowboys, they're probably an easy win now, right?
You'd like to think so.
Where when you're a Bears fan looking at Dallas coming to Chicago, you're this is one we got, right? This is one of our easier games on the schedule.
Unfortunately, that has been the Bears mantra for a while. In the NFC North, we've been the easy win for really anybody. I mean, the Bears we're not putting a whole lot of fear in people's hearts. Now, maybe it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
With Ben Johnson, I do what is it? September 8th? We still got a ways to go. It's Monday Night Football. We got to wait a little bit longer.
We'll be on the air before the next Bears game, so that'll be fun. But if you guys thought this past weekend was awesome, next weekend, because Thursday night you got Dallas, Philly. Friday night you got Chargers, Chiefs. Saturday, the college football schedule on Saturday is really ho-hum. There's only one game of ranked opponents. That's it, and that's Oklahoma, Michigan. Unfortunately, that's on at the same time as Nebraska. But then you got Nebraska Saturday night here in Lincoln. Sunday, you got all the NFL capped off by Ravens, Bills, Sunday night. And then if that's not enough, then you got Monday night, Bears, Vikings. What a 5-day stretch. It's just going to be.
Sunday night cap's awesome too. Bills, Ravens.
Oh, it's in Buffalo.
MVP battle between first and second place right there.
Yeah, it's going to be stressful in our house.
It is in Buffalo?
Baltimore's
lucky it's this early in the
just
season.
Yesterday, Ben was gosh, what happened to the Ravens open up against the Browns or the Jets or he's no, now we're going to Kansas City, to Buffalo, for the season openers. It's just no
bit of a fee when you're one of the better teams out there.
Yeah.
They like these matchups.
Yeah, just no easing your way into the schedule. Sean Erickson, who sponsors Hour 2, huge Broncos fan, right? Their 2 openers, they get Tennessee in Denver for their opener. Then they play at Indianapolis. That's their
the best 1-2 punch you can
get.
Get.
See, it's a crazy season.
That's their 2 opening
NFL
games.
is nuts this year.
Cam Ward's first start in Denver. Whoa. That's going to be rough.
That is rough because that team's rocking and ready to roll right now.
Ready to roll.
I mean, they're probably second in that division.
Well, that's them or the Chargers. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, the Raiders are going to be fun. I don't think the Raiders probably still finish fourth.
Well, they'll be tough.
They're at least got some weapons now. They're at peace. You can talk about. I mean, they're at least a game. Last year, nobody was scared of them.
Great head coach, Pete Carroll. I mean, you look at the coaches in that division: Pete Carroll, Jim Harbaugh, Sean Payton, Andy Reid.
That is a loaded division.
I mean, that's 5 Super Bowl rings right there.
I was going to say, you can make an argument that's the best coaching division.
And 5 Super Bowl rings, couple national titles in college football. And so there's no gimmies there at all. But it's pretty that division and then the NFC North, I think, are the 2 best. There's really no weak teams in there. So, but it'll be fun. So we got a couple games tonight. We got Husker volleyball at 11 against Kentucky. So it's going to be a fun day. Hopefully from 11 to 1, we can just sit back and chill.
Yeah, I mean, it should be fun. I mean, they decimated Lipscomb? Lipscomb.
Lipscomb. I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Lipscomb?
Lipscomb, I think.
Is it Lipscomb?
I
can never remember how to pronounce them. But nonetheless, yeah, I mean, they only gave up 1 to Pitt. They swept Stanford and really obliterate those guys. Then Lipscomb. For apologies to anyone who went to that university.
Lipscomb's like UAlbany.
Yeah. Take care of those guys. But you know what? You like when you get those games and you do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Then you feel good. If you do what Iowa did, everyone's like, I don't know what we have here. So they're doing what exactly we thought they were going to do.
Yep. All right. Well, let's throw it to break. And we're going to do a little preview of hour 2 coming up here. So stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At our custom shirt program. When you come into the store, we measure your chest, mid-waist, and sleeve length. Enter the measurements in an app, and we create your data fit size. You then try on one of our 99 data fit shirts for the proper fit. After that, pick out the fabric, collar, cuff, placket, and in roughly 2 weeks, your shirts are delivered at the same cost of buying off the rack. And by the way, the neck fits too. Gary Michaels Custom Shirts at 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in August. Try their brand new S'mores Cold Brew with graham cracker cold foam. Also try a S'mores croissant and add cake batter cream cheese to any bagel. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread's Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread's Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
When the clock strikes 0 after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krikak of State Farm Insurance. Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Fitness Fanatics. So coming up here, hour 2, we are going to get into some health and fitness stuff here. But we want to do a quick recap. So if you've been joining us, we are on week 8 of our 10-week learning lessons here of our tenets of Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. So just a little recap if you're just joining us here for the first time in the last couple months. Week 1, we've talked about goals. And these are all, if you want to go back and listen to any of these on podcasts, you can do that. Week 2, we talked about discipline. Week 3, we talked about integrity. Week 4, we talked about courage. Week 5 was all about commitment. Week 6 was dedication. Last week, we talked about indomitable spirit, was week 7. So going into week 8 is all about perseverance. So that's what we're going to talk about here for hour number 2. Nicole, anything you want to talk here about perseverance real quick before we get to break and head into the second hour?
Well, I think perseverance really does tie in very well to being a fan of sports or just sports programming, sports programs in general.
Mm-hmm.
The definition of perseverance is the continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. So that is definitely the journey of sports.
And health and fitness.
100% health and fitness, but that's just the teaser to get our sports fans to stay on and listen to the next hour, because it's perseverance can translate in many different ways. So if you're a Bears fan, for example, you already have built in perseverance. So now you just have to shift that perseverance to your health and wellness. You have it. You've built it. That muscle is strong. You just have to focus on something else besides being a
And the difference is, like, obviously for your health, it means more to persevere for your health and fitness.
Well,
like,
100%.
People ask me, like, oh, what if the Bears suck?
Especially when you don't have control over sports.
Well, they suck.
Yeah.
It's been that way my whole life. My life's not going to be any different if they suck this year, because that's what I'm used to, right?
Yeah. But if they win.
Yes. If they win, then we'll be pumped.
Yeah.
It's true.
So, yeah. So that's all you have to.
Yeah. This is our short segment. What else do you want? What else do you want from me? I'm not like you two, going to start a brand new topic right before we go to break. So
you're not?
No. Got to rein that in. So no, that is the definition of perseverance. Do you remember what it was? I just said it.
Well, I know it's like, getting through hard times, difficult times, and being a better person coming
continuing
out of it.
to try despite obstacles,
Mm-hmm.
difficulties, failures.
Yep.
So that's important in any goal setting. We talk about this so much. And anything that you set a goal to, it's never going to go exactly how you plan. So you have to have, like I said, it's like a muscle. You have to work. You have to work all of the stuff we've talked about. It's all about building that muscle, that mental muscle. So then you can lean on that as things don't go as planned, because they never do.
They don't.
No. I think that was a big focus of the Chasing 3 documentary. That was perseverance, is what that was.
We got 3.
You know,
we beat Cincinnati
I know.
by 3. We did it.
Yeah, that's basically what perseverance is. It's that Chasing 3 kind of mindset that they had. I don't know.
Didn't really quite work last year.
But it worked this year. That's what
right.
They persevered, and it paid off this year.
So far,
but still, that's a huge.
It is. It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, last
huge
year,
obstacle.
they got some of those where they persevered and they figured out a way to win. Still you crow
but not
a bunch
those
of
threes,
times.
though. Not those close ones.
But you figure out eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes through life. Like you're gonna typically suck at something that first time you do it.
Yeah.
And if you can get over the embarrassment or whatever it is,
and if
you'll be fine.
Yeah, and if you don't, then it probably wasn't a big enough goal. Like, yeah, we can all set really easy goals for ourselves, and we talk about that, and that is an important part of goal setting. But at some point, you have to, we always talk about the low hanging fruit. Do the easy thing first, but at some point, if you want to get better at anything, you have to do harder things. Like, you have to do the hard things. You can't just continue to pick the easy stuff and expect to see progress.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just want maintenance, that's okay too. But
the accountability of like where make it easy on yourself. Like, I'm going to lose 50 pounds and tell nobody. By the end of the year, it's like, well, pretty easy to be halfway there and being like, oh, I actually gained that. Let me just throw away this goal. And nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows.
No accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
nothing like that. So,
these are all important.
And we've seen, in our program, there's been some people struggling here. We talked about week 7, and look at some of these attendance cards, and I've texted people, and it's like, I kind of just flat out told somebody, don't be a statistic. This is when people quit. I mean, I am just bold and upfront.
That's how some people need, though. I mean, you kind of need to be called out for it every now and then. Be like, hey, did this for a reason.
It's that you are not special.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not. If you're get close to the finish line, and you start to lose steam every time you set a goal for yourself, does not make you special. That is completely normal. That is a universal experience. That's why we then lean on perseverance, indomitable spirit, discipline, all the things that we've talked about that have sounded very similar week to week to week. But again, we're strengthening that mental kind of muscle to be able to persevere.
Well, and our classes were pretty light Friday morning.
They were.
But I drove home. I worked out at 4:30. I made a post on the page. It was like, hey, we're open. I don't think it worked. I don't know if it really got anybody to feel bad enough to come in, but
there weren't really a lot of AMers that came to PM classes Friday.
Well, a lot of people stayed down in Kansas City for the weekend too, like going to the Royals game, and I saw Jordy Ball throughout the first pitch.
Yeah, that was cool
at that Royals game, and so gone over the weekend.
Maybe
but
they hit the hotel gym.
Maybe.
You guys ever use the hotel gym?
I do every time we go on vacation because it's my routine. Treadmill, yeah, and I just love AD does too. I know. And we've talked about it, how different hotel gyms can be. Some can be just incredible,
sporadic.
Right? And then other ones are like one creaky treadmill and a stationary bike. So I use the hotel gym every time we stay at a hotel. It's kind of fun for me, but Jeff rarely.
I've done a couple times.
That's what rarely means.
Yeah, rarely.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, we are going to go to break. We're going to get all into our perseverance here coming up hour number 2. So stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Why are some people?
The thing I wanted to talk about with perseverance too, though, that we were talking about off air, is the importance of building habits. So if you're working on a goal that's over 10 weeks, for example, the most important thing is that you're building habits over that time. So then when you do have those obstacles that require perseverance, you're not depending on motivation. You're just falling back on the habits that you've built leading up to the moment where you need to use that perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so sometimes that's like, well, I'm 8 weeks into this, and I guess I haven't really been building those habits. Well, you can start doing it now. It's fine. Or use it for the next time that you're trying to build a goal. But I think that habits is the difference. Like if you're making it a habit, that's the difference between people who succeed and people who fail, basically.
Right. Because if it's a habit that you're working out every day,
Mhm.
then even though you go to a football game, you come home and you go work out at night.
And that's not even it either. Like it's fine if you miss a workout. And that could be a point of where you're making a habit of each week, looking each Sunday, you look at your week and you're like, okay, when am I going to be able to get my workouts in? Okay, Thursday, I know that I'm leaving at 10:30 to go to Arrowhead, to go to the game. To keep this going, I need to go to a morning class instead.
Yep.
If you're a late person, workout person, I need to hit the gym before I go. Or if you're a morning workout person, then you need to be like, okay, I'm going to Arrowhead on Thursday. I'm not going to be in town on Friday morning. So then I need to plan on hitting up a PM class. So it's like, or just, it's fine too, to just be like, okay, I'm going to miss Thursday. I'm going to miss Friday, but I'm going to get right back on track on Saturday. And then
that didn't happen.
it happened for some people.
some people would.
Jen Berkey came to 6 a.m. or came to a class Saturday.
Well, she doesn't need to work on her habits.
I know.
They are ingrained.
She has worked on her habits.
She has for years.
Right.
That's why she's there.
Yes. Like that is the point. She didn't just say, oh, I'm going to miss class, so I'll just pick it back up on Monday, So she was there.
Yeah. So I'll be watching our Monday attendance and get after the people that aren't there. Because sometimes what happens too is like
snowball effect.
Because some people went down to Kansas City and they missed basically just Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So what's going to happen come tomorrow? It's so easy once you've missed 4 or 5 days, throw in the towel.
It really is. It really is. I was just talking to Derek, our last 10-week winner, Pinzon, who was on our show.
Derek Pinzon. That's Pinzion.
Zon. Anyway, so we did over the summer at Farrell's, we did like a maintenance challenge for our fit members where all you had to do was maintain.
That's it.
2 markers that you chose, like weight, body fat percentage, muscle mass, waist measurement. All you had to do was maintain. Because it's a hard time to do that. And we just finished a huge fit challenge. And so we really just want people to keep the ball rolling a little bit, keep those habits going. Well, we saw over the summer a lot of people that did not keep those habits going over the summer. And Derek was no different. And he texted me. I'll even pull it up. He did great over his 10 weeks. Perfect attendance. Just did awesome. And not to say that he hasn't still been doing awesome. He's been doing fine. But he messaged me Thursday and said, sad day. I did not maintain my goal through the summer. I just weighed at home before work, which also I wanted to be like, why weren't you weighing in at the gym? But that's okay.
Derek's getting
didn't come
called
to
out
class.
big time.
I just weighed at home before work. I believe I weighed in after my 10 weeks at 203. And I just weighed in at 207. Darn it, he said, which is not that big of a deal. Like that's totally
Well, imagine
fine.
if he wasn't doing anything.
Right. And so I said, don't be too sad. You only had 2 perfect attendance stickers for the whole summer. So he went off of 10 weeks of perfect attendance, which obviously exercise is where you build your kind of your fitness, where you're working your muscles and your heart and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How you eat determines if you build muscle, lose fat, stuff like that. But I know for myself and a lot of people who love exercise, like you need to be working out to be able to stay consistent on your nutrition too. Like,
because when you don't exercise, it's so easy.
So easy.
Because you have no consequences. It's you eat, I know. I had the Waffle House Friday. It was unbelievably, incredibly good.
Mm-hmm.
But I went and I worked out.
Yeah.
But now if I wasn't working out, it's easier because I knew, I'm going to be a little sluggish. And I even said, as I was teaching class on Friday night, I was like, okay, I'm a little sluggish. I had the Waffle House this morning because I owned up to it.
Which is fine. We don't have that here. Like
right.
You're having an experience, and you went with Katie. She loves the Waffle House too. I think it's overrated.
And I had 4 eggs.
Yeah. So you had
a lot
protein.
of proteins, bacon,
no.
1 waffle.
But the thing is, like, exercise, they are connected. There's
Mhm.
not one that's more important than the other. They just have different roles.
Right.
So exercise is going to help give you bigger and stronger muscles. It's going to help with your bone density. It's going to help with your heart health, and how you eat is going to determine your body composition. Basically, you can still be healthy and be 25, 30, 50 pounds overweight. You can be unhealthy and be at a, quote unquote normal weight. So they're all connected. But I know for myself, when I'm really sore, that is like my cue to make sure that I'm eating enough protein. I'm prioritizing protein. I'm getting enough water. So like for me to tell Derek, like, you went from 10 weeks of perfect attendance to 10 weeks of only coming 6 days a week 2 times. Like,
your body's going to adjust a
right.
little bit.
And he only gained 4 pounds. Like, that's actually not a bad. That's actually fine. Like,
Pretty
that
close
is
to maintaining, honestly.
yes.
Close.
Like, that is how you integrate it into your life. Is you hit it. That's why we have people who cut and then they go through a maintenance phase, and then they maybe bulk because they want to add some muscle, and then they cut again. Like, that is a normal process of kind of just body composition changing. But it was just funny because he was like, sad day. And I'm like, is it a sad day, or was it just a summer where maybe you didn't have it be as much of a priority? And this is exactly what you should have expected to happen, which is fine, because I think what would have been worse is if he would have gotten on that scale and maintained, and then he would be like, all right, this is my new baseline. I only have to come to class 2-3 times a week, and I can continue and maintain. So it's like, that was just a good example of like, he just let some of those habits slip. And summer's busy. I know he has kids, they're in sports, like, we get it, but also he works out at 5 a.m. Like,
Nothing going on at 5 a.m.
I know.
Except hitting the snooze button.
Yeah. I was really impressed. So I taught at 4 a.m. on Friday. And for the record, I did stay up, Harrison, and I watched the whole Husker game. I know. I did. I stayed up for the whole game. The plan was I was going to try to take a little nap during the second and third quarter, but they never let me do that. So I had to stay up for the whole thing. I stayed up.
Go to OT then.
I know. I would have been so mad. I was getting real mad towards the end. So I went to bed at 11:30, got 3.5 hours of sleep. And I was kind of expecting maybe no one was going to be at 4 a.m.
Maybe you were hoping so then you could just turn lights off and rest for 30 minutes.
My body doesn't work that way. So no, that would not have happened. And we did have 4 people, 5. What did I say? 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Can't remember. At 5. We had 5 people at 4 a.m. So shout out to Charles and Haley and Lynn and Alyssa and Mindy. And so great job. You guys made it. I was really, really impressed by that. But Charles watched the game. Like, some of them watched the game and they still got up. Like, sometimes you can't always use I'm too tired as an excuse. Because when are you not tired?
This is what I talk to people about.
Right.
When Harrison, well, you're young, but as you get older, like, what, you're tired before you go to bed.
Yeah.
You're tired when you wake up. I'm tired right now.
Right.
Right.
When are you not tired?
Even during the game, Husker game, live in person, I was tired.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, let me close my eyes for a second during this timeout. Put my hat over my face. I need to just rest for a few seconds.
Right.
Like, so even I was tired and I was there in person, and but you're just always tired. That's what being an adult is.
Well, and it just helps you get right back. It helps you keep those habits in line. Like, sometimes there does need to be consequences for making poor choices. And if you stay up too late one night, the consequence of that choice should be, I'm going to still get up and I'm going to still get my workout in, and I'm going to be tired all day. And that is the consequence of staying up late. But if you do the act, if you stay up late, but then you don't give yourself the consequence, you just allow yourself to sleep in, I'm going to get an extra hour of sleep. Are you going to be that less tired? Would there have been a difference for me between 3.5 or 4.5 hours of sleep. Let's be real. Like, no. And then we went to bed early Friday night.
We did. I didn't stay up and watch any games. We
Right.
went to bed early.
So it's like sometimes you have to face the consequences.
Sometimes you can live with them.
It's kind of like when
but then like Derek, sad day. Like, is it a
Yeah.
sad day?
Yeah.
That's exactly what you should have happened.
Maybe like if you want to go to Kansas City and watch Husker football, it's like,
and that's okay.
Consequences are get up and work out.
I mean, I was up from 3
Or just skip a day. Like, it's not the end of the world, but if that
make up for it later.
Right.
There's always a catch.
Yeah.
is
If
my
that
point.
builds into missing 3 days and then not coming to your workout on Monday and then coming on Tuesday and then not coming back again until Friday, like, you have put yourself squarely back into day one mentality, and your perseverance the tank is empty as far as perseverance goes.
Well,
You're
and
starting
I
over
was
from
up
scratch.
from 3:10 a.m. Thursday morning till 1 a.m. Friday morning.
Yep.
So I was up for 22 straight hours.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So I persevered.
Yep.
But I slept good, and I was just up at 6 a.m. next morning. It's just my body just wakes up. So this next couple of minutes, we'll talk about building habits that last and then overcoming some roadblocks. So, when our 10-week challengers start, habit building is really what's going to get you through
For anything. But yes.
So just some practical tips for creating healthy habits. One, start small. This would be a good habit for me. This says, one vegetable per meal, maybe one bite of a vegetable.
Per meal is a lot for
I
you.
know. I'd say per day, right? One vegetable per day to start. That's something small.
Yeah, it is. And the thing is, the big thing about habits is there's two things. One is like, there's two different strategies and they can work together when it comes to habits. And one is anchoring your habits and habit stacking. So you're eating one veggie per meal is considered an anchor habit because you're already doing that. Like, you're already eating a meal.
Right. You just add it in.
Right. So you're adding in a vegetable to your
So are you going to
your
cook
meal you already
a
have.
vegetable today when we have our turkey and potatoes?
Well,
are you going
sure.
to cook a vegetable
I eat
for me?
vegetables.
I need you to cook it for me, though.
Yeah, we can have some vegetables.
It'll need to be on a separate plate, though, because I,
know.
don't want the juice to run into the turkey and
Yeah.
potatoes.
We'll have some green beans.
But I do like green beans.
Yeah.
It's not on top of my mind to be like, well, let me whip up some green beans real quick.
Some good. I think
Whip
you just
up.
got to find that vegetable.
Yeah, your
Just,
go-to
good
veggie
green
that
beans.
you like.
I can't say that though because we put like butter in ours.
But you don't have to. It'll still be
So that's
good.
why yeah.
You can
Baby
get some
carrots are
good
good. Those are
seasoning
good.
on there. Yeah. So like that's anchoring a habit to something you're already doing is a great way to build a new habit in. So like that's when we talk about with our 10 weekers too, or anybody starting, like maybe you want to start a plan. We always use this example too. Like you want to do a running plan to do a half marathon or whatever, but you want to run the halvesy. That's in the fall, and maybe training's probably already started. So let's say you want to run the Lincoln Half next spring.
Next May.
You don't have to start training for that until like February, but you can still start creating habits that can become an anchor for that. So it's like, okay, I'm going to have to start doing my long runs on Saturdays or Sundays. So you can start that by making them walks.
Yeah, long walks.
Right. So like you're still carving out that time. And then when comes time to start running, then you've already created that habit. And now you're just anchoring it to your walking habit, but now you're running. So that's a great way to like look forward, build that habit early. So then you're used to getting up early on a Saturday or a Sunday, or you're used to walking 3 or 4 times a week. You just start running instead. So like you said, adding a vegetable. You've done this. You do this off and on when you put spinach in your drinks. You just don't do it long enough for it to stick.
I know. I know. I need to get some more spinach.
What happened to the last batch of spinach?
I drank all of it.
Okay, you did. So you were adding it to your
crazy work.
I drank all the spinach.
in your cottage cheese.
No.
Okay.
I just will
With
take
protein.
2-3 servings. Nope, and just put water and just drink it.
Oh my gosh.
Bam.
So weird. You
2
can make it
seconds.
taste good.
Yeah, but then it takes so long to eat it.
You can still make it taste good in a
It
drink.
could take me like a half hour to eat a bowl of spinach.
Well, we know. It takes
with
you,
other stuff.
It takes you 45 minutes to eat 2 cuties.
No.
So we know.
There's something. There's like I don't know what wires just not connected.
We need a
That's
psychologist
a crazy way to
in
get
here.
The vegetables down. And
People
like,
do
certain
it.
meat.
I mean,
Well, I mean, it's all going to the same spot.
It's very true. I wonder. There's got to be like a group of people that's the way to do it. Get their nutrition.
There
through
is.
intake, like let me just drink
juicing
it.
is a big
Yeah,
thing.
juicing.
Like it is a whole thing. But
Ah.
anyway, so you just need to be more consistent with that. Yes, adding a serving of fruit or vegetable with a meal. Now that only works if you're already not eating fruits and vegetables. Like you can't make that your goal. That would not be a great goal for me.
No, it would not.
Mine isn't usually to try to eat more. It's to eat a more better variety is what I like to do because I eat a good amount of vegetables and fruits throughout the week. But I kind of, like you said, I get into a rut. You kind of eat the same thing
I
again,
might
over
need
and
to
over
start
again.
like drinking my
Right.
stuff. Like I'm honestly
People
like,
do.
thinking about it
People
'cause-
do. There's nothing wrong with it, but it also shouldn't be your only source. Like for you, Jeffrey, you should be adding some extra like side
If it's cooked
dishes.
for me, I will eat it.
Gosh,
I just like hate cooking. I don't
that's a
care.
okay. That's a whole other That's a whole other habit that
Mhm.
people need to learn that keeps you people from their goals. Like 100%. People don't. I have not. I love to cook. I have not always loved to cook. So it cracks me up sometimes where like my Facebook memories will come up from like 16 years ago. And I'm asking these like ridiculous questions about food because I didn't cook a lot back then. You know, we ate a lot of processed foods. And so
we were like, I mean, we when we first got married, it was like tuna helper,
Yep.
hamburger helper, mac and cheese,
order a pizza,
potato buds.
Yep.
Harrison, did you have potato buds growing up?
There's the smiley faces on them.
No.
Oh.
Potato
Instant
Huts
potatoes.
are the instant potatoes.
flakes?
I don't think your mom-
Yeah. My mom used to.
They were very popular in the
and
like 80s and 90s.
Yeah, in a pinch if we ever needed it, but nah, we would like they sucked.
Yeah.
we
used
would
to-
prefer to much have the real potatoes, just like once in a blue moon.
I was so
Yeah, dude.
indoctrinated
Well, we used to
into
think those
potato
were
buds.
so good.
I
We'd
thought
be
they
like,
were good.
Oh, these were so
Gross.
good. Now, if I were to have to look at a bowl of potato buds, I'd be like,
What were those made out of?
They were just dehydrated potatoes. Like that's
Okay.
all it was.
But a real potato is so much better.
So
Well,
much better.
I guess they're real potatoes, but a fresh
Yeah.
potato.
Because you're basically just like it's astronaut food. You're adding water to dried food, and it's just not the same.
but it was cheap, right?
Yeah.
You
So
know?
that was a lot of our, but until I started at Farrell's. So like that is a great habit to start with, Harrison. Like start cooking a meal once a week. Like challenge yourself to cook a brand new meal from scratch.
Nah, that's a good idea.
And now you
It
can
is,
now
like-
you can YouTube it.
You can YouTube, yeah, 100%. Like you can just watch a video and step by step, you can buy one of those meal kits, those HelloFresh whatever meal kits that they send you every ingredient that you need. And then you don't have to like buy a whole, bunch of green onions because they'll just give you the 2 green onions you need for the recipe. So it's
Yeah,
a
I've
great way to
seen
start.
those.
So that's a great habit. That's a good example of creating a new habit.
I think I think just new recipes probably.
Yeah, and there's so
Crock
many
pot with
options for
that rolling.
recipes. Just Google it, Chat GPT it, like so many good recipes. One of my go-to places for recipes is let me pull it up. Hold on. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. It's called eatright.org is what it is. But it's like it's built for registered dietitians and stuff. So that one's a great one because eatright.org is a great place to go for recipes. And they're going to be healthy. They're not like all high protein, low carb, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you can, but they're just healthy recipes. They incorporate fruits and vegetables. They have different categories: breakfast, snacks, beverages, soups and stews, entrees, salads. So, I mean, that's a great place to start to look for recipes and just find something that you like and then make a recipe about it.
Well, and as it starts to get cooler outside, like
Soups.
soups, crock pot stuff.
Mhm.
That's what we like to do on the weekends. You can just eat soup all day.
Yeah.
Also just not processed. Like
I know.
we got so many people that are like sick now and We don't know all the reasons why, but it's like the amount of processed stuff we eat cannot be good for us in the long
It's
run.
not. It's not good for us.
So
Not
it's
that
just
you
good to be healthy.
can't. Not that you shouldn't. You can never eat processed foods, but
Right.
like
All the
it
time.
needs to be right. It needs to be in a balance, and you could. It's easy to just eat processed food, and everything's processed. Like even an apple is technically processed,
Right.
if you're not picking it off of the plant yourself, the tree. Like,
But the gas station, a
Right.
hamburger and cheese curd is probably a
Yes.
little bit extra.
Right.
And like,
Yeah.
to your point, you're
Yeah.
going to run into it regardless of what you do. Me drinking out of this plastic cup, I'm
Right.
getting something in here that's not necessarily
well, it's not
edible.
plastic. That's paper.
Paper cup,
But
but even
still.
then, there's some paper.
Yeah, you
I
can
meant
go.
with the,
You can go way
like
too
plastic.
far.
Yeah, but find that balance. Unlimited processed food is probably not going to have
No.
great results.
If you're eating it as close to its natural form, is probably what your goal should
That's why
be.
the best I ever feel is when I'm doing Whole30.
I know it makes total sense. Gee, I wonder
Yes.
why.
Like, remember when we
Right.
did that and how great your sleep score was?
My
and your
sleep score's been. I've
resilience?
been able to maintain that very well. My resilience goes from strong to excellent, exceptional. It's been very. I've actually been able to maintain a
just
very
needed-
good sleep
We
score.
just needed that jump start.
Yeah. Yes. It has helped me a lot. I will wake up and my sleep score is really bad. I will make different choices during the day, cutting out caffeine earlier, not eating close to bedtime to help to kind of affect my sleep score. So I have kept that up. But
Again, a lot
yeah.
of the stuff that we talk about, like, you guys are probably like, yeah, most of the stuff we know already.
That sounds too simple. This is the thing too, because we think that to become healthy, to lose weight, we have to suffer. And the more that we suffer, the more effective it's going to be, which is probably true, but it's only effective in the short term.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you can really drastically cut your calories and lose weight and be miserable, but you can only do that for so long. And so then you can do it for 10, 12, 15 weeks, and then something happens, seasons change, routines change, you get off of that habit, and then all those bad habits creep back in, and then before you know it, it's the next set of 10, 12, 15 weeks, and you're right back where you started 30 weeks before. Like, you don't have to suffer to improve your health and fitness or even your body composition. If your goal is to lose weight, you don't have to do it by white knuckling the whole process to get to your goal.
And
like,
you don't have to do it in 1 week.
no,
either.
no. So it's like, find those habits, anchor them to existing ones, and then also habit stacking is another good one where you just, and they're similar, but habit stacking is more like, okay, I'm going to start one habit now, and then once that habit becomes ingrained, like maybe you don't eat breakfast at all right now, so you don't have a meal to anchor a vegetable to. So then make eating breakfast, eating a yogurt every morning before you leave the house for breakfast, starting your day with 20 grams of protein. Eat that every day. And then once you get that down and it's a habit and it's something that you're just naturally reaching for your yogurt before you leave, then you add, okay, let's add some berries to that. Let's add some fruit to it. That's habit stacking. Create a habit, get that habit down, add a new habit to it. So those are two really good strategies for building habits. And then again, when those obstacles come, you are able to persevere and get right back on track. Just like, people who have, and our members, like Jen Berkey, for example, who has perfect attendance 99% of the time. It's
Like,
not
there's
the end of the world that she missed a Friday workout because she
Right.
showed up on Saturday.
Yep.
Like, it's fine.
And there's really never a time where if she's home, she just doesn't come in.
Right.
I
Yes.
mean, I think that it was 0% of the
No,
time.
I think you're right. Yes. When she's not there, it's because she's on vacation. She's on a business trip. Like,
Mhm.
she's gone. But that is because she has created a habit and she did it. She's done it so many times when she didn't want to do it that it became non-negotiable. And now not wanting to do it isn't even really a thought. And the thought of not doing it is like harder than doing it. And that's what habits kind of do.
All right. Well, that is going to wrap it up. Nicole, next week on to week 9
Yep.
is respect.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll be celebrating another Husker victory We'll be 2-0 because if we're not, then there
major problems.
There might not be a show.
Yes, there will.
Right. All right. Thanks a lot. We
Okay.
appreciate you listening. Have a great week. We'll see you next week on the Fitness Fanatics.
Thank you.